Hi class, I am Dr. Linda Davis. I'm your instructor for Composition 2, a theme class of the West. So it's a writing class, it's literature based. This semester I thought it might be interesting to look at the West and how different cultures and peoples view the West. I only have for this software 15 minutes to do this. This is my third attempt to do this video. So you're going to see me speak fast and you're going to see me hit the highlights of everything. So here's our shell right here. We have the dashboard, which has some helpful links. We have announcements, which you should always check whenever you log in. I usually email the announcements, but I don't always. If we ever meet online for a conference, or if you want to schedule a Blackboard Collaborate unit to work with a partner, you can let me know. I can open the room for you. But this is where we'll meet when we ever meet online. Start here. You have your folder, or excuse me, you have a little intro to the class with the book. The link to buy the book is $15. When you go to the website, there'll be a little gold ribbon at the top that says purchase options, and from there you will click and choose the Seagull book. And you click it, it's $15, and when you purchase it, you also get the Inquisitive. A little bit of overview of the class, and then here it says to begin, go look in the lessons folder. Each lesson covers a week, so lesson 1 would be week 1, that's this week. Orientation and introduction, some people logged in early and wanted to get started, so that was up for you to look at, but you do need to go in and read everything here, and there's an activity to do an introduction. You do get a grade for that, and to go ahead and set up your account with instructions here to do Inquisitive. I have somebody emailing me wanting some help with Inquisitive, so I might do a video later on how to join that. And so we go back to lessons, and we have the early frontier. Before I get to that, I want to hit a few other things. We have Tutor 24/7. So for each essay you write, I didn't mean to click this because I don't want to waste time going there. This will take you to a website, and you click on there to go to the tutoring for essays. And then when you click there, well, it's already there, so I guess I'll show you. You'll see this for a little while, and then the other screen will pop up. And then you click to go for tutoring of essays, and then you click on upload essay, and it's going to ask you to explain the assignment and to pick 2 things. There's a list that you want them to look at. The other option is to go to the Writing Center, which is under the dashboard here. I believe the Writing Center's on here. No, it's not, but I have it. Oh, it's on the syllabus. So you can go to the TCC Writing Center, and you can email that essay, your essay in. So the first 2 essays you write, if you're not happy with your grade, you are allowed to revise them. You will, however, have to use the tutoring site and provide me proof that you sent your essay to the tutoring site. I do have a handout on how to revise and resubmit an essay. Let's see. The syllabus, go through and read the syllabus. I would like you to email me at this web address. TCC gives us 2 email addresses. The other one gets inundated with emails from administrative, other teachers, faculty, etc. And if you email me there, it might get buried under 10 other emails. If you send it here, this is what my students use, and I can go there quickly and see it and answer it and file it away. A little bit of info on the West and the theme. Instructions here on how to go get your book. If you do not have Microsoft Office, you can get a copy from TCC for free. Learning outcomes, assessment. Initially, I don't know why, I had 20% down here, and that was a typo. It does not equal 100%. You'll do database exploration and reports, which I've not introduced yet. I didn't want to do too much the first week. I wanted to go slow. So I'll probably be getting that up Monday on how to, and they're super easy. There's It's just an assignment that forces you into the library databases and get yourself acclimated to scholarly articles and how to find them. It's a super easy assignment and very detailed in instructions and nothing to stress over. When we'll have class presentations, I've been working on the handout. I about got it finished and I'll be uploading it shortly. Teams of 2. So I know you don't know each other, but I'll put up a list with 2 blanks for each subject. And if somebody signs up for one and you want to do it, you can sign up for the other one. Y'all get in touch with each other and work it out. TCC does promote group work. And so this is one aspect of that group work. Your final is super easy. I know you're stressed in your other classes, memorizing formulas and definitions and time periods and etc. And so this assignment is super easy. You just take one of your 3 essays and you're going to reconfigure it into a visual argument. And it's really easy. Some people do a book cover. Some people do a little video. Some people do a PowerPoint. It needs to be visual and textual to have some textual words on it. And then you have inquisitive. I've done inquisitive for about a year. I've gotten nothing but positive feedback on it. It's a fun site. You can make 100 on everything if you choose. You just keep playing it over and over and over until you get 100. I enjoy it. The students enjoy it. And so I decided to do it again this year. Here are your 3 papers. The first one is reader response. I will probably introduce that in week 4. Week 5 we'll do peer reviews and then you'll submit it and then we go on to the next paper. It's a really easy paper. I'll explain more detail about it, but it's you responding to one of the works we have studied thus far. The second paper is to ask you to find a theme of one of the works we've done and to analyze how the author, producer, director, screenwriter, or whoever makes the argument of the theme using devices like flash forward, flash back, symbolism, a dark tone, a light tone, comedy, so devices, and we'll study devices as well. The final paper is the final research paper. You'll take one of the works and you'll do a research paper on that work, and we'll talk more about that later. If you miss 2 weeks or more, TCC allows me to drop you from the class. I don't do that often. Typically, I do that whenever I just stop seeing a student. The student doesn't participate, doesn't submit any assignments, doesn't come to class, doesn't email me, just drops out of everything, and I will drop that student. But not before I send an email, so do check your TCC email. If you do not check TCC email, then you need to forward TCC email to whatever email you check. So if you go into the gear, the settings, you can forward your email to whatever email you check. Here's what your paper should look like when you format it. A lot of students with new media and online work think it's informal. It's not informal. It's very formal. You do need to format it. You do need the heading. You do need the title. You do need the page numbers with your last name. You do need to edit and correct your grammar. You do need to use capitalization. America starts with a capital A. The pronoun I uses a capital I. I'm seeing problems with capitalization each and every year. It seems to grow exponentially worse. So please do work on that. Capitalization is becoming a thorn in my side, so please work on that. Here is just a little bit about the challenges of critical thinking, how it's going to make you uncomfortable sometimes, and that is the nature of the college beast. Also, especially with things that involve literature, there might be explicit imagery, maybe some offensive words, racist terms, etc., maybe in just adult content, and you're to be aware of that. We're going to treat it like a work of art or a work of rhetoric that worthy to be studied and analyzed with respect. Here's the Writing Center I was talking about. You click there and it will take you to the Writing Center. So you have 2 options for tutoring. You can do the 24/7 or the Writing Center. I'd like for you to try the 24/7 once or twice. TCC has talked about getting rid of it, and I really don't want them to. So if you guys use it, it helps out. there's a number to the help desk. You might write it down if you ever get locked out of Blackboard or anything like that. You definitely want to call. They're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're locked out of Blackboard, you can always Google and find the phone number. So we're going to go back to lessons here. And the first lesson folder is an orientation to class. Just some readings, really light readings on literature, MLA format, and getting introducing yourself to the class and setting up your inquisitive code. So you go there, buy the book, and when you buy the book, you get the code, put the code in, and then go to our class. You need to put in our class code. When you get into our class, you'll see 6 quizzes with due dates. Don't do the quizzes that don't have due dates. Only do the quizzes that have due dates. And you'll want to start off with how to do inquisitive. That's the first quiz. Excuse me. Then we're going to go to lesson 1. So each lesson represents a week. So lesson 1 is week 1. So I have about 3 minutes left. So I have learning outcomes. I'm going to try to do this every week. And then a checklist for you to make sure you've done everything on that list. The assignments are right here. I got a little music for you to listen to. So, the music to Last of the Mohicans, beautiful music. You can listen to this lecture on Introduction to Fiction. It's really quick. A little handout about reading a story and writing about fiction. A little lecture here about the American West by Professor Alick. He's my go-to guy for the West. I've listened to his lectures. I've taken notes. His lectures inspired my class, so you'll see me quoting him a lot. I was super proud of my embedded PowerPoints that had my voiceover narration, and you guys let me know fairly quickly that they did not work, and so I was super bummed about that. But I went in and I uploaded. This is a screenshot here, so you would download the PowerPoint. It's right there. So this explains the difference between plot and theme. They are not the same thing. You can't see this. This is hidden, but I worked so hard on this I didn't want to delete it. And then the next one is what is literature? And so again, here, go through. I have voiceover narration. Sometimes I'm just reading what's on the slide, and sometimes I'm going off the reading and explaining things. Here's the movie. If it doesn't come up for you, and it might not come up for you, and I worked super hard to embed this link, but I'm not sure it works. There's instructions on how to go to library.tccd.edu. You'll see databases by alphabet to the right. Click on that, go down to F, and you're looking for films for educational purposes. Go inside there and look for Last of the Mohicans, and you can watch it. It also comes on cable a lot if you find it there. I complemented that with Samson Occam, who was Native American, who learned to read and write and became a minister, and he had a grievance, so he wrote himself a little short narrative of my life that wasn't found until the last few decades. I can't remember when it was finally discovered. Somebody finally read it and published it, and so we've been studying it in literature classes. I added this podcast. It's purely optional, but if you ever decide to write on Samson Occam, you can definitely go in and listen to the podcast. Here's the journal. So you would just go inside the journal, copy and paste, go inside the journal here, and then, create your journal entry, paste it in there, and go in and answer each question to the best of your ability. What I'm looking for in grade-wise is how serious you take the assignment, the effort you make in answering the questions thoroughly, your critical thinking level. Don't just think everything's the easy way out, that you can throw anything in there and get credit for it. I mean, you'll get credit, but not good credit. And do the best of your ability. And so I've got like 30 minutes left. Here's the link to the inquisitive, and our first one is how to use inquisitive. It's kind of based on betting points. So if you feel confident in your answer, you might bet 30 points and you might lose 30 points. And then we have a discussion board activity right here. Introducing yourself to class. Actually, I think I copied that from the first one. Got 5 seconds left. Got it all done. Nice to meet you guys. I'm excited.